Fellas, what's going on, man? 1247 The Great Woman Ain't. It's been a minute since I made a video, man. It's been a hot minute. But, man, hey, man, appreciate everybody, man. Hope you guys are being safe out here in the holidays and all that good stuff. And, man, just, like I said, be safe. Like I said, this pandemic is going on. Just be safe, man. I think things are about to get crazy. And, yeah, things about to get crazy, man. Things about to get crazy. And I don't think people are ready for what's really about to happen. I'm just gonna be honest with you fellas, especially with you fellas, man. This one's for you. It's plain and simple. If you want a submissive woman, then she has to come from a patriarchal background. Plain and simple. If you want a submissive woman, she has to come from a patriarchal background. Right? I know these women out here, 77%, the so-called women in the so-called black community are come from single mothers. I'm tell you this right now, fellas. If you want a submissive woman, a woman that's going to submit, a woman that's not going to be so much argumentative, a woman that's going to support you, she has to come from a patriarchal family is the same thing. If you come from a patriarchal system, normally you're coming from a family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about man and woman, not mom. Mom with your mother is not mother and father. That doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Patriarchal system. Mother and father. You know what I'm saying? Well, hopefully the dad is leading the situation. Because the thing is, if the father was not leading the situation, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be dealing with a woman who is unbalanced. And, you know what I'm saying, she's going to try to dominate. You know, kind of remind me of even my mother. I was just talking to my dad yesterday. You know, he was talking about his situation about, you know, my mom. But like I said, my mother came from a situation, like she had a mother and father, but her mother dominated the whole marriage. So in turn, the daughter took up the same mindset. Not listening. I mean, there's so many things I could go through in my childhood, bro. But it was my father finally broke it down to me. He finally had this conversation. It was after 40 years of being on earth, we finally have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, fellas, going back to what I was saying before I got into my little spazzed out a little bit, man. But yeah, fellas, man. If you want a submissive female, then she has to come from a patriarchal / family setup. You know what I'm saying? There's no point to keep arguing about what these women ain't gonna do. These women ain't been this what we see now has been in the works for since the 60s. Like I said, for us to try to fix these things, fellas, I'm telling you, it took 50 plus years to get to this point, and it's gonna take another 50 more. It's gonna take another 50 more to reset it. And once again, if you're like me, you're not trying to wait another 50 years for these women to get their mind right. Let's be honest. It took 50 plus years to get to 2020, from the 60s to now. That's I take it from 68 to now, 52 years to get to where we are right now. This dysfunction and what we got right now took half a century. It took full cooperation from your so-called women to get to this point where we at right now. 52 years. And it's going to take another 52 more, maybe 100 more, to undo what we're doing now. Like I said, the American government got 100% cooperation from the so-called American black woman for us to be where we are right now. This is not my opinion. These are facts. And it's going to take that much time or double that to undo what we're doing right now. It's at least gonna take probably 50 years, or maybe 100, or hell, it might be even 150. It's gonna be a while. And the thing is, fellas, I ain't trying to wait no 50 years for for these women to come online. I'm just sorry. I really, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. If you ask me personally. Like I said, we got things to do, man. I'm not waiting around for this people, coming together, hold hands like, man, listen, we've been doing the same thing, marching, crying, victim this, victim that, and we still at the same spot we was back in the 60s. At least back in the 60s, we had pride. You know what I'm saying? We pulled up our pants. We wasn't so-called swagger jagging, and we had pride. We was inventing. The black community was way better than what it is right now. But like I said, I'm not here to talk about what used to be. I'm talking about what needs to happen, and what your fella, and what your mindset needs to be moving forward. So once again, fellas, stop arguing with these people about what these women ain't gonna do. Like I said, it's been 50 plus years in the making. Like I said, these devils, 50 plus, probably even longer than that. This might have been happening probably back in the 18 something. So you might be looking at a couple centuries of this, but nobody's really talking about it. Especially those in black community. The older folks don't talk about nothing. Let's be honest. We know the older people don't talk about nothing. The older folks don't say nothing. Like I said, I love my elderly, but like I said, they let's be honest, man. We didn't get no history about where we come from. The vast majority of us did. These are facts. The vast majority of our people didn't give us no history, no custom, no courtesies, no nothing. So us younger ones, we are literally recreating our culture and our reality as we speak. Every single day, we are creating and recreating. But as far as what we used to do, especially those of us up in the north, we ain't getting nothing. We ain't getting no family history. We ain't getting no custom and courtesies. Like I said, I can remember my father. Like I told my dad yesterday, man, I can remember my father had an issue with my grandfather because he wouldn't sit down and talk to his grandkids about what he used to do, how he used to be. You know what I'm saying? He was born in the 30s, so of course growing up in the 30s is different from in the 2000 era. But like I said, my grandfather didn't sit down and talk to us about nothing. I talked to my father yesterday. He didn't get the same thing either. Like I said, he said, I talked to my dad. He told me that he never even met his grandfather. He said he met his grandfather one time, and that was it. So once again, this whole thing of this debauchery of the so-called black community comes from what was not being told to us, to the younger ones. I want to switch subjects, but I'm just gonna be honest of how a lot of this nonsense came about. It's just a lot of the information was not being passed on from my elders to us. You know what I'm saying? So of course you're gonna have a cluster F of a community because none of the lessons, none of the histories, customs, courtesies was ever passed down to us. Like we got a debacle. Like I said, I'm saying all this basically to say, like, a lot of these women, there's a lot of stuff was probably going on 400 years ago that we just don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, when in the scripture talking about something, there's nothing new under the sun. So to me, this was probably going on for centuries. This independent fighting, this, that, and the third. Then they try to paint a picture of Leave It to Beaver, but that wasn't really happening like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think what we're dealing with now, just all of a sudden one day, these ladies was like, we're just gonna do our own thing. Once again, I think this was centuries in the making. And like I said, in 2020, We just got the brunt. We just got the end of the stick. We just got the end of the stick. We just got the whole heap of boo-boo, and they want us to put hot sauce and enjoy ourselves. But man, like I said, for all that being said, man, I'm just gonna make it plain and simple. If you want a female that's submissive, she has to come from a family/patriarchal background, and that's just plain and simple. I can't make it any more plain and simple than that. If you want a submissive woman, she has to come from a patriarchal background. I don't care how big her titties are. I don't care how good her head game is. I don't care how fat her butt is. I don't care about none of that. If you want a submissive woman, she has to 100% come from a patriarchal background. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Let's not argue about it. This is what it is. You want somebody that's going to submit to you. You want a female that's going to submit to you 100% to your program. She has to come from a patriarchal, because then she knows how to let the man lead. She's been seeing it all her life. Not from this, oh, I'm a queen, this, nah. You don't need that queen nonsense. That's cool, you're a queen, but like I said, you trying to be me and you. Once again, you females don't know what the hell you doing. So once again, fellas, it's plain and simple. If you want you a submissive woman, she has to come from a patriarchal background. There's no way you can cut that. You can't cut corners with that. This is what I'm learning. This is me moving forward from the situation, from this divorce right here. Bro, now I know how to prioritize or categorize women now. You know, like I said, I don't want to put in your fellas' minds that use and abuse women that don't come from a patriarchal system. You know, I don't want you to abuse women. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's a different mindset. The women are different when they have that balance of man and women. Women that don't have a balance like that, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have this independent nonsense. Oh, I don't need them, man, this, that, and the third. Because you come from, probably more likely from a matriarchal type system. You know, I'm not speaking against the matriarchal, but I'm saying, fellas, if you're dealing with females that come from a matriarchal type systems, then she's not going to be submissive, and she's not going to me, if you ask her personally, that she's not going to be a wife. She's probably going to be somebody that you mess around with if you want to have fun and, you know, bang them cheeks out. Okay, cool. But like, you know what I'm saying? She's cool. She probably have as some type of partner or something like that. If you, like I said, you want to kick it and you want to go to a movie, you want to have somebody to go with you or something like that, that's to me, that's where the matriarchal comes in. If a female that's in a matriarchal single mother type ordeal, then she's going to be somebody to probably, I don't want to say it like this, probably somebody to play around with. But I wouldn't dare, after going through what I'm going through right now with this divorce, I would never talk to a female and consider her to be even remotely wife material if she don't come from a patriarchal type system, or not system, or family type background. If she don't come from a patriarchal type background, she'll come from a family type background, I'm not even gonna deal with you on that level. And that's what I was doing before I met my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even, I wasn't even dealing with girls like that. Like, so once I found out that that you come from a single mother, dude, I wasn't really dealing with you like that. Like I said, and the thing is, a lot of the females were the same. It's just a lot of flakiness, a lot of flaky, a lot of want to play the games and this, that, and the third, and that's fine. Because I knew what the thing is. Before I got married, I knew what I wanted until I got into it. And that was the thing. I knew what I wanted as far as relationships, but I didn't know what it would take to maintain a healthy relationship. I didn't know how to be in a relationship and to lead. All I knew, I just wanted one. I was, you know what I'm saying, that was my mindset. So, I mean, I was ducking and dodging a lot of females that was just about that play time. Until, like I said, until I met my ex-wife. Then, you know, me being, you know, I had to, and the thing is, I'm glad I went through it. So now, like I said, I ain't lost much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little home. I'm not even tripping off this little townhouse we got. I'm not even, I get bigger. I want a bigger house anyways. You know what I'm saying? At least 8,000 square feet. Like, this little townhome ain't nothing. Like I said, she want to have that. It is what it is. I'm not even tripping off that. But anyways, fellas, like I said before, man, if you want you a submissive woman, she has to come from a patriarchal family structure. Patriarchal. That's the only way it's going to work. Where her father was leading the home. Because if she's used to that, then she's going to be used to you leading. Then it's not going to be a fight to the finish. Like I said, a lot of what we're dealing with now is these women have no idea how to how to let a man lead because they never had a father. So a lot of times you guys are getting in relationships thinking you about to get a wife, but actually it's like a father-daughter relationship. You're not getting a wife, you're really getting a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, it's instead of us moving forward, it's like you got to take 5 steps back and you actually got to deal with this female like she's your some daughter. Like you got to teach her the basics and all this other stuff, dude. That's, I wouldn't, you know, like I said, I went through it myself, but I would never do that again. I got to go back and teach you how to talk, and you can't say this, and I got to, you know what I'm saying, I got to put into your mind, like, why would you say certain things? Why would you curse? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? And that's what a lot of my first couple of years of my marriage was like, man. It's just like this female just didn't have the basics. It was like, yeah, you were cool. Yeah, you know, had a nice body and all, but like I said, just the basic, just being a decent human being. It's just like I had to go back and just, you know, you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't wear this, and you shouldn't. All this cursing, why you cursing like that? Why you doing this? And why you doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff I would tell my 4 and 6 year old. You know what I'm saying? As a father, that's what I would teach them. They're coming up. Like, you know, you speak to people like this, and not at the time 30 something. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, fellas, man, I don't be rambling on, man. I know I ain't done the video in a minute. You know, just trying to get my stuff together, moving, just transition to the next stage of my life. But like I said, fellas, just word to the wise, man. Like I said, if you want a submissive woman, point, period, blank, you can't cut corners on this one. She has to come from a patriarchal system, patriarchal background. She has to come from a family/patriarchal background. She has to be under a tutelage of a man. That was her upbringing, to be under a tutelage of a man. Like, her dad actually led the household. That's the only way you're gonna get her to submit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care. I'll say it again. I don't care how fat her butt is. I don't care how big her titties are. I don't care how pretty her face is, and she got a good head game. I don't care about none of that, fellas. You want peace? Deal with a woman that's come from a patriarchal background. Plain and simple. But anyways, man, you guys let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Like, I'm speaking from experience. Like I said, I'm going through a divorce. Like I said, my wife didn't come from a patriarchal background. And like I said, man, I went through 8 years of some change of turmoil. So I can talk about it. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about, fellas. I'm not out here just talking up the side of my neck. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Once again, I'm passing on to you younger brothers out there, man. Like I said, my father didn't tell me this. Like I said, he just finally told me about my mother yesterday after, you know. Like I said, we haven't had that conversation before. Yeah, I mean, you know, now it's like I'm 39 years old. Now we having this conversation after I'm about to get a divorce. Now we had a conversation about my mother back in the day. But, you know, it's cool. You know, it's surprising. I'm like, wow, okay, he finally broke down and let me know what the real is. You know, like, you know, you should have talked to me about 8 years ago. But I mean, it is what it is. You live and you learn. But anyways, fellas, man, that's all I gotta say, man. You want submission? She has to come with a patriarchal system. She has to. There's no maybe. Like I said, if her father wasn't constantly in her life, you know, maybe she got a divorce. You know, her mom, dad, got a divorce. But if her father was not consistently in her life, do not deal with that. Like I said, unless you want to lay around, play around, smash every once in a while, because that's the only thing you're gonna get from a matriarchal type female. She's gonna be somebody to play around with. Hey, listen, I'm trying to get a nut off real quick. Me call Big Booty Keisha. But other than that, fellas, you're not gonna get a real commitment from a matriarchal mindset type female. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, so they're gonna be with you for a minute to get what they need to get, then they're gonna leave you high and dry. That's what the stats are saying. I don't know. This is what it's been. That's her right there. This is what it's been for a while. So, fellas, man, take my words. You can leave it. You can take it, or you can leave it. It's up to you. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.